This thing on? Is this mic on? Alright. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? What is going on? This is your boy, Game 27, back again with another real talk with y'all guys. I might get G-Rock on a little bit. I know I think he's getting off work in a few, so that's why I started a little late, because he said he wanted to come on the panel. I don't want to start too late because I have to work in the morning myself, so it is what it is. So got a couple things I want to discuss tonight, and I guess before I get started, let's give some shout outs and see who is in the chat right now. Let's see who's in the chat. XBP96, what's up, buddy? EJ, what's up? What's up, Nin Man? R Devana, what's up? Matthew Pipes, what's going on, man? Who else is here? GU King of Heart, what's going on? Who else? Cal Campaign Rose, I can't pronounce that, man. What's up, man? Who else is here? The one named Shadow, what's going on, buddy? BioX EX1, what's up? Super Nerd, what's up, Stuart? What's going on, buddy? Hide your kids, hide your wife. What's up, man? He already came on though in the chat time of fucking Nick. What's going on with y'all guys, man? What is going on? So Ludwig, what's going on with y'all guys today, man? Y'all see my little PlayStation lamp in the back? I told G-Rock I was going to get it, so as soon as his ass get on this damn panel, he's going to start talking shit. He's going to start hating. I bought me a Goku shirt, as y'all can tell. Bought me a Goku shirt today. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool, man. So, there's a couple things I do want to discuss today. I want to, talk a little bit E3. Do I want to do some predictions? I'm not sure, but it's a big news came out today. Sony mentioned that they're going to showcase 4 games at E3, and they want to get a little bit more detail at E3 with these games. So when they say detail, we're gonna see a lot more gameplay. They're gonna have more interviews with the developers and all that. So it was basically up front, and they tell a lot of people to calm down, lower their expectations, whatever. And then I know was the 4 of the games. This was it? Of course, The Last of Us 2 will get more gameplay footage. Hopefully, a release date. Let me see. Where's that article at? Because I have the article right in front of me. Where is it at? Death Stranding, like that game we've been knowing about for like the past 3 years. Like we need to get a release date, at least a released year. So that's supposed to be one of the games that they supposed to be showing. Ghost Tsushima, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Spider-Man and The Last of Us Part 2, like I said a while ago. So these are the titles that they are going to dive deep into, and they're going to have some announcements, some third-party publishing partners, indie developers, and you got those stuff, the little smaller stuff and all that. And the main thing that a lot of people has been wondering, been asking Sony for ages, will there be a PS5 announcement at E3? And Sean Layton said no. So I kind of understand why he said no. That I believe that they trying to give the people that bought the PS4 Pro at least a couple of years, 2 to 3 years, before they decide to announce a new console. Because my opinion, I think the PlayStation 4 at least got 2 to 3 more years left. I mean, possibly more. I don't know, because I feel that they are, getting their feet wet with these exclusives. They been doing really well these past couple of years, 3 years now. About 3 years in a row, they've been doing well. Uncharted 4 came out in 2016. That was their biggest exclusive that year. Then Horizon Zero Dawn was their big exclusive of 2017. And now God of War is Sony's biggest exclusive of 2018. And of course, we got more exclusives to come, more announcements. And don't be surprised if we do get some surprise announcements. But according to Sean Layden, that might be the only 4 games that they're going to concentrate on. But like I say, it could be surprises. So, I'm excited, man. Like, last year's E3, I kind of felt that they kind of put it on cruise control. A lot of people said that their E3 last year was a remastered 2016 E3 because basically the games they showed us last year's E3 was basically the same games they showed us, E3 of 2016. So that's basically, what they did. Now I guess they don't want everybody to have their expectations too high. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Like, Sony has been dropping a lot of bombs lately, man. It's just been a fantastic ride. Being a PlayStation owner. I didn't get the PlayStation on launch day. Actually, I waited until 2016. Actually, I bought my PlayStation in 2016. And that's when I got all those games like Nier Automata. What else that came out last year? No, I think that was 2017. What did I get in 2016? Oh, 2016. That's when I got the Uncharted. I got the Nathan Drake collection, Last of Us. Like, these games was brand new to me. The God of War 3 remaster. Like, I hadn't owned a PlayStation since the PS1, so of course the PS2, I never owned one. So a lot of these games was new to me, especially the God of War series. I never owned a PS3, so The Last of Us was new to me. Uncharted was new to me. So I was pretty satisfied for having a PlayStation in 2016 because there was a lot of games to play, a lot of great exclusives to play. Then, of course, 2017 came along, and, of course, that's when we had a whole bunch of games earlier in the year, like Horizon Zero Dawn was the big one. You got Nier Automata, Neo, Persona 5 came out, and which is one of the greatest games I ever played. This is just last year. And, of course, Uncharted Lost Legacy came out last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year as well. So it was a great 2017 year as far as their exclusives, because Sony, they usually bring their exclusives out the first part of the year, the first half of the year. Then, of course, the second half, of course, they get all the third-party games, whether it's an exclusive third-party game or it's just multi-platform, whatever. But like I say, these past few years has been really awesome being a PlayStation owner. This year, we already had a few exclusives came out this year. God of War been the biggest one. Yakuza 6 came out a few weeks ago. I'm hearing a lot of great things about the game. I'm still trying to finish Yakuza 0, which is a fantastic game. Ni no Kuni 2 came out this year, and a lot of people has been satisfied. People telling me to play it. I might just play it. At first I was skeptical about playing Persona 5 because I've never been into those type of Japanese RPGs, and I was very surprised. And if I could try that out, and I will try Ni no Kuni 2 one of these days. So it's just been a lot of great selection of PlayStation exclusives this year. We still got Spider-Man that's supposed to be coming out later on this year, not to mention Detroit Become Human. Not my cup of tea. It's kind of like one of those Telltale games. Maybe I get them cheap, but it's just not my cup of tea. But at least there are exclusives on the PlayStation side, some really great exclusives, man. So that's probably why a lot of people don't really care about a PlayStation 5 right now, because I feel that Sony they kicking it into high gear, and they got so many great games that's out right now or are going to come out in the future. So if PlayStation 5 come out in 2021, then I won't even have no issue because I'm set. I got the games I want to play. Sony is really kicking ass right now, but I'm thinking that Sony, what they're trying to do is basically trying to shape up these E3 so they can be ready for next E3 for the announcement of the PlayStation 5. That's what I'm thinking. We're going to get the PlayStation 5 announcement. That's going to be next year's E3, but is the PlayStation 5 going to be released next year? That's a 50-50 shot, because I'm thinking it might get announced in 2019, but it's going to be released in 2020. So the people that bought the PS4, in which came out in 2016, at least get 3 to 4 good years with that console before another console came out. That's why a lot of people had a problem with the mid mid-generation upgrades. And a lot of people was like, why not just come out with a your brand new console? Start with these stopgap consoles. So, like, I'm enjoying it, man. Like, even though the PS4 Pro is less powerful than the Xbox One X, but the PlayStation 4 console has better looking games than the Xbox One X. I'm talking about as far as graphics, the textures, like everything, just by all Sony's exclusives look 1,000 times better than Microsoft exclusives. And I'm talking about from a PlayStation 4 standpoint to an Xbox One X. Like, I know Microsoft came out the other day talking about they trying to invest to this, what's it, quadruple A studio, whatever this is. And when they say quadruple A, I don't even know what the hell they talking about. They talking about making $1 billion game because last time I checked, it took Activision $500,000. No, I'm not $500 million to make this game. Of course, make the game and all the marketing deals and all that. The marketing and the development costs of Destiny was $500 million. That's considered a AAA game. So I want to know what Microsoft talking about this quadruple A game, because I'm over thinking about quadruple. What are they talking about putting $1 billion towards one game? Like, that doesn't even make sense here. I still don't know what they talking about, a quadruple A. This is brand new to me, guys. So, like, if it is a quadruple A game, it better be some good results. Better be a high quality game. Better be a game that everybody's gonna buy, even Xbox, because a lot of them don't even play games. And it's sad. It's sad, man. Don't get me started on Xbox, man. I'm talking about PlayStation right now. But I really believe that Sony is shaping up for a 2019 E3 PS5 announcement. Okay, give me a second. Let me send G-Rock the link and see. I think he's off of work. Give me a second, guys. Give me a second. Where's my link? Okay. Give me a second. Video call. Okay, he should be off of work. If he's not off of work, he should be getting off in a few minutes. But I'm gonna go ahead and send him that link. Cause usually he, on his way home, he'd be on his phone, whatever. Okay. G-Rock. I'm gonna send the link right here. Okay, so he has the link. Okay, so he should be popping up in a few. Hold on. All right. Now in the waiting game. So what do y'all guys think? What's going on? Appreciate your donation, Mr. Stuart Stokes. It says Sea of Thieves is a quadruple Z. Oh my God, there y'all go. Sea of Thieves, man. I try not to rant today about Xbox and the Sea of Thieves and all that. But I guess as we waiting on G-Rock, whatever, I'm gonna go ahead and address some issues. I'm pretty sure some of y'all is here trying to see if there is some drama going on within the Real Talk podcast panel, whatever. I'm not saying that there are a lot of drama that's going on. It's just some differences going on. But as far as I'm gonna kick your ass type of drama, no, it's not going on. But it's one thing I would like to address, like, the people that's been following my channel for a very long time. I mean, a very, very long time. And GU King of Heart, I remember you following me way back then. So I know you've been following me for a long time. If there's something that needs to get addressed, I don't care what company, whoever it is. I don't care if I like them, I love them. I don't give a damn. I don't care how fine and sexy that woman is. If there is an issue that needs to get addressed, then I'm going to address it. I'm going to, let them know how I feel. I don't care how good that company is doing. I don't care how well that console is selling. If there is some anti-consumer business practices in which has been going on with these certain companies, I'm going to address it. Whether if you're my friends or whatever, and you don't agree, that's fine. That is fine. But beating it down my throat, trying to force y'all opinion up on me, that is the no-no, and that is what's causing some of this ruckus within the Real Talk podcast panel. I'm not naming no names. But, like I say, man, with this whole entire Nintendo Switch online subscription service, it's been especially if you follow us in the Team Red Discord chat, whatever, like, just like y'all are entitled to y'all opinions, I'm entitled to my opinion. I'm not going to say, hey, man, that's bullshit. You a dumbass. Motherfucker, you better listen to me. Like, you better listen to my opinion. You better think the same thoughts that I'm thinking. Like, no. No. I have whatever that I feel or whatever y'all feel, just keep it to yourself. Like, we going to give, just like I had my podcast with Alex and Nick the other day. They gave me their opinions about how they feel about the Nintendo Online subscription, just like I gave my thoughts and opinions about the online subscription. Okay, it should have just ended right there. Like I say, one thing went to another thing, and people start blocking each other on Twitter. I'm not naming no names, but like this has to stop. Really. It has to stop. I'm just being real with you. That Discord, like I I know we promote the Discord on this channel a lot. On whenever I do my podcast, and we say how toxic it is in that Discord chat, and it's very, very toxic. But I'm gonna take the blame for that. I kind of contribute to the toxicity into that Discord chat. But like I said, man, this whole entire circus that's been going on these past few days, especially today. Today was the worst. Like, it has to stop, people. It really has to stop. I don't care who is your favorite console company, whether you like Sony, Nintendo, or Xbox. Like, if you follow my channel ever since I stepped foot into this YouTube community since day one, I started as majority of a Nintendo guy, because I had a Wii U. I didn't have an Xbox console. I traded my Xbox 360 for a Wii U. You see how that turned out. I didn't have no PlayStation, so I had the Wii U. So of course, I was talking mostly Wii U, and I liked a lot of their games at that time. That was before third parties had abandoned ship on them, because I was playing a lot of games. I was playing Assassin's Creed. I was playing Call of Duty. I was playing I was playing a lot of games. But after that third party just ceased to exist, then I made a turnaround. I started complaining. I was giving out constructive criticism. I was just let them have it. And by me doing that, resulted into friendships getting broken up, because I constructively criticized Nintendo. I'm just going like about 4 years ago when I started my channel. Was it 4 years ago? Yeah, about 4 years ago. Then I went to the Xbox. I got my Xbox One back in 2014. I got it a few months after it launched. And I liked the Xbox One. It had the features I wanted. The online was good. I loved the the online infrastructure. I love my achievements, in which I was like, I wish Nintendo had achievements. Like, this console is vastly superior than the Wii U. It offers more games. Like, I was like, okay, then I was like, okay, I'm over damage controller for Nintendo and the Wii U. I'm like, man, I gotta stop that shit. So that's when I kind of made a U-turn, and I was like, okay, yeah, Nintendo, y'all didn't get y'all shit together. And like I say, that resulted into friendships breaking up, people sending death threats, and it got wild, man. It got wild. Then, fast forward a couple of 2 to 3 years after I bought the Xbox One, and now y'all see how the Xbox is right now. It's not looking too good. So what I've been doing, I made another shift from from Xbox to Sony, because y'all see where I'm going here, people. I'm basically going where the games are at, man. I don't just because I like Xbox, and I've been saying this, Xbox has been my preferred console of choice since the OG Xbox One. But right now, it's not my preferred console of choice because it fucking sucks. Well, the exclusive sucks, and plus we don't even have really many games to play. So only thing I can freaking just think of is just multi-plat games, just third-party games. And I even said this a million times that I bought the Xbox One X because I basically play all my multi-plats on Xbox, and plus it has a lot more power than the PlayStation 4 Pro. So, did I get a lot of time with my Xbox One X? Yes, I did play a lot of my Xbox One X because of the third-party games. Like Assassin's Creed Origins, great game, wonderful game. I love that game. Wolfenstein 2, great game. Even Within 2, great game. There was some really great games that was on the Xbox and PlayStation. I'm talking about just multiplats. So that's like I said, that's the main reason why I bought the Xbox One X. But just because I bought the Xbox One X doesn't mean that I'm going to shield for Microsoft and advocate for less games and tell Microsoft, hey man, y'all doing very well, keep it up. Even though y'all not giving us no high quality Sony type of exclusives, keep it up. I know I'm not that type of person, man. So this whole rumor that I'm shilling for Microsoft, I want to know where and when did I said that. Find a video that I said that I was shilling for Microsoft and advocating for less games. If whoever can find that video and post it on Twitter, whatever, if y'all can expose me, then I will personally apologize. But I really want y'all to find that video. But like I say, man, I just go where the games are at, man. That's it. And with this with the drama that's going on, it has to stop, man. Opinions, it's opinions. That's all it is. People are entitled to their own opinions. Like, I'm a gamer, man. I'm not an Xbox gamer. I'm not a PlayStation gamer. I'm not a Nintendo gamer. I'm a gamer. I'm a console. I'm not really a PC gamer. I'm just I'm a console gamer. If I can afford whatever, and I have the money to buy it, I'm going to buy that console. If PC have a whole bunch of great exclusives that I can play that's on PC only, then I would get a PC. But from my standpoint, PC is only for people that want that 4K 60 frames or 120 frames. Like if you want that, that's fine. I'm not mad at you, man. That's people's opinions. I can agree that there is a lot of great things on the PC side. You get a whole bunch of great deals on the PC. You have you don't have to pay for an online subscription on PC. I understand that. But I invested so much money into my console, I'm just not gonna just stop what I'm doing on my console and just pretend that I didn't spend thousands and thousands of dollars on these consoles and these games. Hell, shit, I spent over $5,000 this generation over game. No. If you want to include all my stuff, my retro stuff, the consoles, my hats, everything that you see in this background, all of this has been collected within 1 year. So if you want to include all of that, including all the 3 Xboxes I bought and the 2 PlayStations I bought and the Nintendo Switch and the Wii U, I probably invested a rough estimate between $8,000 to $10,000. Yeah, I invested roughly between $8,000 to $10,000 alone on this generation video games, consoles, and retro consoles, retro games. I invested a shit load of money. I didn't invest in no PCs, unless you want to count my laptop that I just bought a couple of months ago. That's that's the only money that I invested to a PC is my laptop that I'm talking to y'all right now. But like I say, man, like whatever people preference is when it comes to their console of choice, whether you like the console or not. Just respect their opinion. That's all I'm saying, man. Just respect their opinion and just go on with your business. That is it. You know, like, I feel that the Nintendo's online services is lackluster. Yes, I can vouch for the $20 price that is very cheap. But at the same time, hey, you there, G-Rock?
Yup.
What's up, man?
Echoing?
Me?
Yeah, you echoing.
I don't hear no echo from you.
Yeah, you echoing. Hold on, I'll come out and come back in. Hold on.
All right. Okay, so G-Rock is here. So, all right. Display capture. Okay, give me a second, guys. Okay, let's remove this.
Alright, I don't think you echoing no more.
Okay, cool. Okay. I'm trying.
What did you say? Why everybody flipping out?
Hold on, give me a second. Hold on, this thing tripping. Okay, display capture. I'm trying to get my display capture on. This ain't tripping.
Alright.
It's just, one thing led to another thing, and a disagreement led to a bunch of shit talking. That's all I can say right now. So why is my display capture ain't working?
Is it just us?
Huh?
Is it just us?
Yeah, just us. I was just gonna do a solo cast, just talk about the Sony E3 and just trying to calm everybody down about what's been going on. Cause I'm getting messages talking about, Real, you okay? Real, how's everything, man? Did you take your meds, Real? So, damn, what the hell? I'm trying. I don't know. Things tripping. Well, I guess apparently I can't get the display capture to work, so I guess they won't be able to see you. That's okay.
It's cool.
All right, let me go and put my deal back on there. So I guess you just got off of work?
Yep, just driving home now, bro. Happy as hell.
Well, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I ain't happy hell. So I had to work last Saturday, hell.
Oh shit, yeah, man. I thank God I don't gotta work Saturday and Sunday no more.
Oh,
I've
really?
been seeing people, yeah, not no more. Thank God. I've been seeing people tripping, dog, about the Sony event. I'm like,
well, I don't know, man.
What's bad about it though? Is like my thing is this. It's just like people are like, well, they only showing 4 games. I'm like, they did not say they just showing 4 games. They said Sony themselves, their first party, is showing 4 games. They did say that we will have third-party announcements and independent studios that will be there as well. They did not just say that. I'm like, everybody's saying all this shit. I'm like, y'all not reading. Like, where are y'all making this shit up at? Read what it says.
Yeah, they could have some third-party exclusives, so they could have some surprises.
I'm like, it's not. I'm thinking too, because Ready at Dawn is supposed to be there, and I guess they're showing a new game based off a new IP, which will only probably be the Order 1886. So I'm assuming that's getting a sequel. And then, they still got other shit to show, and supposedly DMC, you remember DMC and all of that shit is supposed to be, coming out too, or timed or exclusive to PS4 as well. But I'm like, y'all, like, I really feel like the best course of action for them was to they should have just said their time and just shut the hell up and not said nothing, because they've been answering questions all day. They're like, oh, y'all doing a Nintendo Direct? They was like, no, we doing it in front of a live crowd. So why did y'all say it? Like, y'all shouldn't have said shit. You should have just been quiet.
Well, my opinion, I think Sony's gonna at least give us one big surprise. But like I was saying a while ago, these past 2 to 3 years, it's been fantastic. Even though they was on cruise control at last year's E3, I believe this E3 they're gonna get more in depth of Death Stranding, more in depth of Last of Us 2, and when I say more in depth, maybe a release date or release year. They didn't mention anything about Days Gone, but Days Gone has been brought up. What was it? It was another event that Days Gone was showed off a lot. So if Days Gone has already been showed off a whole bunch of times, then I guess you don't need to bring it to E3 because a lot of people saw the game. It got delayed. It got delayed to 2019. So there is games. Like I don't know. Don't worry about Sony because we already got one of the greatest games that ever came out this year. That came out a few weeks ago. Now we're gonna have Spider-Man coming out later on this year. So the games are here. The games are here. Like they should be worried about Xbox because Xbox, that's the problem. What's going on? 2019, we know to expect Days Gone. I'm interested in playing that game. So there's exclusives that we know about coming this year and next year. And when E3 comes around, it's gonna be games beyond that. So I have no issue with PlayStation right now. So oh my God, man, I hear all that.
You hear me driving?
Hell yeah.
Oh shit, my bad.
Nah, that's all good. But yeah, man, like it's exciting times to be a PlayStation gamer. I feel that the PlayStation 5 is going to get announced at next year's E3. If it's not next year's E3, then maybe the PlayStation Experience later on this year. But to be honest,
I think that it's gonna be this year. I think that's what this E3 was. I told Zen that I was like, if they don't have shit major to show, it's pretty much gonna be the signal that this is the wrap up. This is it. We about to close up. Like, and I think that's what it is. It's just like they showing the last big games.
Mm-hmm.
Like we haven't seen Death Stranding, we haven't seen Ghost of Tsushima or Last of Us gameplay, and then we still got other shit coming. But I think this is just their way of saying like, okay, this is the cutoff. Like we got other shit coming. Like get ready. This is the last big year of the PS4 because next year I think is gonna be the kickoff year for PS5. So
yeah. So what do you think the PS5 will come out? 2019 or 2020?
I mean, I think it's gonna be 2019. Everybody just like everybody like, well, the PS4 could wait because we got all these games. Like I don't know personally, like if they're gonna do it in 2019. Like to me, I think that the best way to do it would be the 2019 would be a good release date, and then 2020 is 25 years of PlayStation. So I feel like that's a good time to do it. Like just like have some really good games come out during the 25th anniversary of PlayStation. But it's just like nobody wants a PS5. They like, I'm like, dude, even though the Xbox One X is like newer, it's not doing 4K 60 on all of these fucking games. It's checkerboard and a lot of shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like even the Xbox One X, which is fairly new, it has like it's tapped to the point like where we know what it can do. It's not like, I'm not saying that they can't do more, games can't look better, but it's not like, okay, well, we see what it can do. Like it's cool, it's pretty, it's nice, but there is like a level beyond that. And I mean, at that point, I don't think Sony needs to rush a PS5, but at this point, it's getting to like who don't have one. You know what I'm saying? So it's like who don't have a PS4 at this point? Like they don't need to keep doing this. Like, and as long as the games as PS4 games can play on PS5, they'll have more people transition over because it'll be backwards compatible. So whatever else come out during the next year, you can just play it on your PS5. Or they might just be a PS5 version. Like I personally think that like Ghost of Tsushima and all of that shit.
Yeah.
I think that like Death Stranding and The Last of Us 2, I think those are gonna be PS5 titles as well. Like,
so you don't think it's gonna be a cross-gen game? It has to be a cross-gen. It has to be.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a cross-gen. Is what I'm saying. Is like I don't think that they just designing that solely for PS4 because it's time. Like I know everybody's like, oh well, last gen, it was 8-9 years. Like, but that was because we had a fucking like we was in economic crisis and shit last gen, bro. Like not now.
Yeah.
So Like to me, I don't want a console longer than 6 to 7 years. Like to me, it's time. Like it's time to move away from the PS4. It's like we got a lot of good games and a lot of good shit. But if there's a way to make it better and we can get newer games and better experiences, yes, I want that.
So you don't think the PS4 Pro prolonged the life cycle of the PS4?
Nope, I don't think. I think it was just. I don't think it did for the Xbox One X either. I just think it was a way. Sony and Microsoft are looking at ways to stop people from going to PC gaming. Who like console guys who are like starting to get more involved in the way that things work and run. So it's like, well, the best way to play games is obviously on PC. So for people who are like, PlayStation dudes and Xbox dudes, they just like, well, fuck it. I'm about to be home in like 5 or 10 minutes. 5 minutes, my bad.
Okay.
But like the best way to play video games and shit is like on PC. But if you can go ahead and make an Xbox 2 or a PS5 and it's somewhat near what a PC is, and it's cheaper, you know what I'm saying? Like everybody keeps saying like, well, these parts not available for the public, but you're not Sony and you're not Microsoft. You're not a billion-dollar company. They got money, you don't. So it's like they can do whatever the hell they want to do and take the hit. Like personally, I think that the PS5 should be I know people don't want it to be a $500 box.
Ooh.
Like it should be but the thing is like people want like the best shit.
Yeah,
they want it to be like they want the performance, they want the graphics, but they don't want to pay for it.
That's
It's like for me, PlayStation is where I play. So it's like this is where I play all my fucking games.
Yeah.
Like I got an X, but the X is just for like certain third-party games and exclusives. Even though it run the best, like I don't care because I'm not an Xbox guy. So I want my PS5 to be a fucking monster. Like I want it to be a step and a half, like a step and a little bit of change above the X. Like I don't feel like that's wrong. I feel like that's what you should do. And if you have a way to do that, then we good. Like.
So with the costing to make the Pro and the Xbox One X, the 4 teraflops versus the 6 teraflops, do you think the pricing of that will at least be reasonable next couple of years to maybe a $299 price, or you think it still will be up to the $400 to $500 range?
I mean, I think the Pro gonna drop down to like $300. To me, what I personally think Sony should do for the first year or two is phase out the original PS4, the slim model, like phase that shit out, and then just like make the Pro the base model of PlayStation, because from this point everything should be forward compatible. So PlayStation at this point should be playing every fucking thing. So like the Pro should be the base model, and for people who want to go ahead and upgrade and get the better versions of everything, then you got people who can play the PS5. Like I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with that, because you can't slow down like certain shit. Like even on the X, there's certain games that like the X chugs on. Like Far Cry is native 4K, but all these games is 30 frames. Like it's clean, but they 30.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like even with Cyberpunk, like look at all of these games and shit that's coming out. But Bethesda's supposedly announcing that Starfield game and Rage 2. It's about time for new boxes, at least maybe not on Microsoft's side. If they want to wait another year, that's fine. But on Sony's end, I do personally believe like you already winning. People gonna keep buying PlayStations as long as your shit is like backwards compatible in some fashion. I mean, a working fashion is not streaming. People will move over because people want to get the performance. Like you gotta just make it make sense. Like why would I? That's the one thing Microsoft did this generation that Sony didn't. They made an ecosystem, so once you on Xbox, you always on Xbox. Xbox will carry from Xbox, original Xbox, to Xbox One, to Xbox, whatever it's going to be called. So to me, PS5 have some sort of emulation, which it already does for PSP and PS1 and PS2. Yeah. Sony just wants to resell you those games, which is fucking retarded as shit. But those games should basically, every version or every PlayStation should be emulated on PS5, and it's not impossible, so that everything PlayStation can be on PS5. That's sweet to be able to take everything and move up.
So what would happen if they came out with, of course, let's say the teraflops will be between 8 to 10 teraflops, and the PS5 is backwards compatible to the PS4. Will a $500 price tag justify the cost? Would it justify?
I mean, to me personally, like I told Zen, what I personally want is two versions of a PS5. I want the version that's the economic version for the customers who gonna complain and
Yeah.
who don't wanna, who don't wanna pay all of that shit. Like they can have one that's like 8 to 10 or 10 to 11. Personally, me, if it was possible, just give me my pro version of the PS5 off rip so I can just have it. You know what I'm
Huh.
saying? Like, let me buy the pro version off rip.
Yeah.
So if it's like how the rumors was like,
Ooh, you
oh,
Biden.
it's like
You Biden.
12,
You still there? He done bought himself out the damn street.
16 teraflops,
Hey,
like that.
I didn't hear a word you said, dude. You Biden like shit.
That was my bad.
Dude, I didn't hear a damn thing you said. You was Biden like T-Pain, dude. So,
My shit says where I was at.
oh
Pulling
really?
up to the crib right now. Yeah, I'm pulling up right now.
Well, like I'm on both sides of the fence when it comes to the PS5 coming out in 2019. You know, like I just bought the Pro. You know, of course, I think I bought it lunch week. I didn't buy lunch day. I bought like a couple of days after it launched. So what was that 2016? You know, if I could get a good 2 to 3 years with the Pro before an announcement of a PS5, then I don't have an issue. And of course, this coming up November is going to be 2 years since the Pro has been on the market. So I know people expect okay, even though if it's this. If Sony comes out next year's E3 and now announce the PS5, then I have no issues because I done played a whole bunch of good games from the God of Wars to the the Horizon Zero Dawns and Uncharted. You know, I gamed a lot on my Pro. You know, now we got Spider-Man coming out later on this year, and Death Stranding come out probably early next year. So basically, the price of me paying $400 for the PS4 Pro has been justified because I put a lot of time into the game. So if 2019 is the year that they announced the PS5 at E3, then I don't have no issue. I know some people say maybe later on this year, but
2019, should be I agree, should be the year. Like,
I think
get it,
2019.
all that shit should be like, get all your games, get everything out, and then at that point, you just on a clean slate. Which is, I ain't defending the first party or them doing just the 4 games, but I mean, really, what else they gonna show is what I'm saying. Because everybody's like, well, they only gonna focus on 4 first party games. Well, fuck yeah, they first party. Everybody, all of their studios pretty much have dropped the game or are busy working on the game. What else they supposed to do? Like, like where y'all want them to pull these magic ass games from? Like, Horizon came out last year, so yeah, that team gets a break. Like, they not just about to just stick their head back in some shit. Like, let them breathe for a second. Okay, to work for the next game. Like, that's not how that shit works.
If the Pro and the X didn't come out, then we'd have been like, okay, it's been time for a PS5 or another Xbox. But, because of them that came out, it prolonged the generation. Of course, you couldn't, I'm pretty sure a lot of people can agree to that. But like I say, man, I'm happy with my Pro, man. I'm gaming on it a lot. This coming up E3, I do expect another gaming announcement. If they don't announce a new game, I'm not going to be mad because just think of it like this. Each year, the past 3 years, had there been a big exclusive launched on the PlayStation 4, like a big heavy hitter?
Yeah, so Yeah, every year from like what, since 2016?
Since 2016 with the Uncharted, the 2017 was a Horizon Zero Dawn and Uncharted Lost Legacy, and of course 2018 God of War. And don't sleep on Spider-Man because I really think that's going to be a juggernaut as well. So like that's why I say I feel that I the money that I paid for the PS4 Pro, I feel that it was justified. And of course next year, don't sleep on Days Gone. Cause I think that that has potential. And Last of Us 2, oh my God, do I think that's coming out next year? Oh man, that is a 50-50, man. But if Last of Us 2 comes out next year, then it's gonna probably be towards the end of the year. It's gonna probably be a holiday title. Cause I don't know, man. I don't know, cause The Last of Us 2 got announced 2 years. Was it 2 years ago? Or was it last year? Was it last year at the PlayStation Experience?
It was 2 years ago.
Okay, so it's 2 years ago. So basically, it takes roughly between 4 to 5 years to make a game, and of course when they announced it, they actually showed some CGI. It's not like they just showed. Hold on, I got some freaking a troll. I gotta get rid of this spam in my chat. Okay, appreciate that, R. Devana. Yeah, you got rid of that troll. Okay, but yeah, what was I about to say? I done lost my train of thought. So, damn it. God damn it, troll. I forgot what I was about to say. Son of a bitch. So, the PS5. Damn, G-Rock, I got a brain for it. That troll freaking... I lost my train of thought because it's damn troll. Man, okay. It's gonna come back. It's gonna come back. Oh, yeah. Okay. The reason why I think The Last of Us 2 is a lot quicker than I think is because, even though they showed us some CGI 2 years ago, they still showed us something that the game has already been in development. But look at Nintendo with Metroid. Did they show some CGI last year? No, they did not. They just showed a title screen, meaning that they didn't even work on the project yet. So that's why people are thinking that Metro Prime is going to probably be maybe a 2019 game. Some people say 2020. Because remember, the developers said that's going to take between, it's going to be at least 3 years to develop a Metroid game. So like I say, in Metroid game, it's a high budget game to make as well. It is a high budget game. So that's why I'm thinking, since they announced it and showed a little CGI 2 years ago, I think it's either going to be a late 2019 game or maybe early 2020. It's going to be a cross-gen game, just like with the PS3 and PS4. That's just what I think about it.
I mean, I'm down for that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, my personal thing is just the same for everybody. Like, going in, especially because I've been saying in the Discord chat, Nintendo will win E3 because they got new hardware. So everything they're going to pretty much show is, like, brand damn new. Like, It just is. Like, this is what happens when you got a new system. Like, the other two have been here for a minute. Microsoft is at this. They just have the advantage of never showing shit or never doing anything. So to Microsoft, or for Microsoft, just to be fair, it can't get any worse because you haven't really done anything. So it's like, well, of course, like they show some games that'll look great, and I hope they show some games because I got an X.
Yeah.
But like I said, for Sony, what else do you do when everybody's done something or dropped something or working on something? Like, they don't pull first party projects out their ass.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was telling, like, in the chat and telling, like, Zen and everybody, I'm like, Sony is gonna show the 4 big games that they got that we know about.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna lay on third parties for multiplats and a couple exclusives if they are, like, if the rumored DMC5 thing is true, or if this Bloodborne 2 or the 1886 2 is true. That will be the only new games they have. Like, people aren't reading. Which I understand, because Sony really had stupid marketing. Like, Sean Layden shouldn't have said shit, bro. Like, Sid Shuman has been, like, answering questions, like, all day about, like, they didn't say we weren't going to show anything. We didn't say this. We didn't say that. It's just like, well, that's how it came out because you didn't say what you meant to say.
Yeah.
Like, you should have just said, like, these 4 games are going to get highlighted. And, cool. The way the conversation came off was, oh, we only bringing 4 games to E3. And then they made it seem like, oh, well, we doing a Nintendo Direct style thing. Like, they've been backtracking on everything because they like, oh, we doing a live event. are we doing this? No, we are going to have third-party people here. No, we're going to have other people that's going to be showing games. It's like, okay, then why didn't you just shut the hell up and just tell us what time you was going to start and just shut the hell up? Because that would have just been easier instead of having to go ahead and backtrack on everything. Like, that's what I've been saying, like, in the chat and on Twitter all day. I'm like, they never said they weren't going to have nobody. They never said they were just going to show 4 games to be done. Yeah. Those are probably going to be the longest demos that we see. I think everything else will just be a trailer.
Yeah.
But it's just, it's crazy, man. I'm still hyped for E3.
Yeah.
I'm not so hyped and I hope Nintendo don't spend a super long time on, like, the online service.
No.
All I really want to see from them is Pokemon, dog. Like, Nintendo show me Pokemon.
That alone,
the rest of the day.
That alone will win E3 right there. Hey, what's up, man? I just now saw you in the chat. You say something, man. You better be like, hey, motherfucker, I'm here. Shit, should have said something. What's up, man?
Oh, my bad. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. What's up, John?
Chilling. I didn't want to interrupt.
Nah, it's all good, man. I know you asked me earlier, like, talking about do I get censored? I said, nah, man. This is a no filtered zone, man. I know your boy. Level. He be like, hey, man, you stop that cussing, man.
Yeah, man. I can't do that, man.
It's just like G-Rock saying the N-word. Like, that's part of his vocabulary, man.
Man, I say nigga all the time.
You heard me?
So how you doing, man? Appreciate you checking me out, man. I guess go and do your intro so people can know who you are.
John Shaw, Full Effect Gaming. That's about it.
All right.
Gaming industry I would say about 10 years.
About 10 years?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool. So basically, keep catch you up to speed. What we talking about? Of course, PlayStation has been the hot topic today. Sean Layden basically spoiling the E3 and people up in arms. People saying that they're not showing new games, but they did say they got some third-party partnerships, meaning that it could be third-party exclusive. So people looking at that the wrong way. So like I say, man, as far as my PlayStation goes, these past 3 years, I've been satisfied because they don't give us mediocre games. They gave us great games that we would be talking about another 10 to 15 or 20 years down the line on, like how people talk about Mario 64 still. Like, we could be talking about God of War the next 20 years because this game right here this game is amazing. This is one of the best games I ever played in my freaking life, man. So what's your opinion about basically Sony leaking their own E3?
I had to take it from this standpoint. If you at home, then ain't nothing changed for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You still watching it, so it don't matter for you. Only people that's gonna really affect is the people that's actually attending. The people that actually go to the press conferences and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that's gonna change for people. If you're not there, then you were still watching it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's how you're getting the content. You're not there. So that's why I didn't get the hype about press conferences. I just didn't get that. It's like if you're not there, then you're still watching it. So it doesn't matter that it's a press conference or it's a video. It's still the same thing. You just watching the audience and you're watching the video through an audience.
Yep.
So that's why. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But I knew this was coming because it has to come this way because the scope of way the press is doing things has changed. The way consumers get their information has changed. Like, streamers or the go-to thing for game reviewers now. Like, the companies, they don't look for game reviewers anymore. They look for streamers.
That is true. That is true.
They want streamers to play their game. They want them, so they'll go to them to give them free copies of the game before they'll go to your IGNs and stuff like that.
Man, I forgot what this streamer name was, but this dude's making millions of dollars a year just streaming on Twitch. I was like, oh, are you kidding me?
Ninja dude?
I forgot what he was, but how much he was getting paid again? Just to stream on Twitch?
Like $500 a month.
$500,000 a month?
Yep.
Oh my! Are you serious? I'm so jealous right now, dude. Damn, that is crazy, dude. Like, yeah, that's why streaming is really popular, man. And
so those the press conference that costs a lot of money. Eventually that was going to have to die because they think it's like E3 puts it on. No, that's not part of E3. Those press conferences are responsibility of those companies, and they rent out those places. I think Sony's is was that the one that's on UCLA?
Not sure.
I want to say it's either, or that might be EA. I don't know. I forgot. One of them is at the EA. Is at the UCLA stadium where they had their basketball games and stuff like that. One of them's there. Another one's at the Nokia Theater, and stuff like that. These are like big expensive venues that they go to rent out, and the only people that are there are the press. And that I think Microsoft just did it last couple of E3s, and Sony I think did it last couple of E3s where they started letting just regular people come in. To the press conference and stuff, but that's the expensive stuff for just to show a video.
Yeah.
So it's like it's no need to do that no more, especially with the way we consume things now.
Yeah, things change, man. See how fast the game industry is growing, man. Like it's just crazy, man. Everybody trying to get a piece of that pie. Everybody trying to get a YouTube channel, and it's just so oversaturated with YouTubers. It's hard trying to be a YouTuber now. It's hard, especially on how they trying to make people freaking subscribe to their TV services. That's another video. But yeah, man, gaming is bigger than what it ever been. And to me, I know they say Nintendo saved gaming back in the 80s, but I think it was the Sega versus Nintendo console war that made gaming very, very popular. That's what I think, because that era back in the 90s was so awesome. That's why the gaming industry is where it is now, man. Because like it ain't just how they say video games is for children. That is a damn lie, because I think the average gamer is like 28 years old. Like that's a damn lie.
I have to disagree with that. I think the console war thing, I think it's what stopped us from growing further than what we should have been growing. I think we at this point in time right now, and if you think about the how fast things go, I think we as a community, we haven't grown. We're still that same way that we were then. We're still the same way, but the technology is growing, everything's grown, but we haven't as a community grown, because we're still fighting about Microsoft versus Sony versus Nintendo versus that.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'm talking about as far as the money wise, on how much money that they are making. That's what I was saying.
I mean, I think that's part of the fun, though. Like, like some motherfuckers take it to extremes, but it's just like a favorite basketball team. Your ass not really on the court, but you gonna cheer for your team, and every other team suck. Like it's some motherfuckers that would just never. They Xbox diehard. They will never touch nothing that's not Xbox or PlayStation and Nintendo. But that's part of the fun for it. It's just that I think when the top like there's people who take the shit too far. And they don't make it fun, where it's just like to the point where it's like, you like, dude, the shit is not that serious. Like motherfuckers who sit up arguing about who playing what and who buying what, like, and start going after people and talking about they gonna hurt their families and all like that. That shit's too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
Just say you like Xbox and you like PlayStation, and just the same shit. Like I'll be on Twitter sometimes just talking shit, but like, yo, everything sucks is not PlayStation.
No, people
sucks is not Nintendo.
People
and
crazy.
It just is what the fuck it is, bro. But that's part of the fun. Like,
but you see how that fun. It's like it takes a certain mindset in order to keep that fun there. But gamers in general don't have that mindset, so that's why it becomes what it becomes. And so that's what I'm saying. It takes us as the mature people in the community. We just gonna have to change that narrative for sort of things can be done differently. Because like if you think like the most vocal people are the idiots.
That is so. You are true about that. Yeah, it's a lot of them are idiots that has a bigger platform than us, and that's the sad part about it.
Yeah.
Let me pay some bills.
It's true.
Let me pay some bills right quick. My homie Stuart Stokes, man, he always come through. $5. He donated $5. He said just to name some niche games on the PlayStation. No one talking about Charisma. Was it Metrovania, Lost Soul, Aside Shit, looks fire, and the Medieval remake.
Lost Soul Aside does look really good. That shit's gonna be good. I just personally don't think it's for PS4.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, I wish it was. I want to play it. Like, when I saw that, instantly everybody was... I remember when that shit came out, or he showed that shit, and everybody was like, well, oh, man, he can go to anybody. I'm like, he's going to go to Sony. Well, he's going to go to Sony. It makes sense to go to Sony. Why the fuck would you pick Xbox or Epic over Sony for a game like that? So, like, I want that game to come out. I just personally think that this is a next-gen kind of thing. And if I'm Sony at this point, if next gen is really next year, if it's really starting, Why the hell else am I gonna show anything else? Like, you know, it's still Sony Japan got 2 or 3 IPs that they working on. Like even Sony Bend announced earlier this week, they have another game they doing. That cannot be for this gen. So you hiring for another team to do another game. You know what I'm saying? I just think that we at that point where these games is gonna have to get pushed. I mean, I want Lost Soul Aside to come on PS4, but do I think that's happening? Nah.
So all the games that we know about now.
That might be true though. That might be true because he has been showing increasingly more gameplay for that. But what'd you say?
Which one? What? No, I was basically saying that with all the games that we know about, with the Days Gone, based on all the games they're gonna show at E3. So you know for a fact that all these are coming to PlayStation 4, right? None of them going to play PS5.
I do think Death Stranding and I like Ghost of Tsushima, Death Stranding, and Last of Us. I think Death Stranding and Last of Us are definitely gonna be cross-gen titles.
Yeah.
Because just so they can say, here's the real version of what this looks like, and they can launch the PS5 alongside something. But I mean, yeah, this looks like the wrap-up window, man. And to be fair, everybody's like criticizing like Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo do a much better job of closing a console generation because they have like they big banger.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, well, that's it for the next year and a half or so. Don't ask us for shit else because we're doing something else. Sony is always like at the end still making games. Yeah. So like if this is what this E3 is supposed to be and be like the closeout for PS4, then finally they doing it right. And hopefully we don't have to wait another 3 fucking years to get games because that's the problem with PlayStation. We always gotta wait 3 fucking years.
Yeah, having things cross-gen is a lot safer because look at the sales of the Last of Us. It sold over 10 million. I think 12. They sold a lot since they made a cross-gen. Same with the Tomb Raider reboot. They sold around 10 million because they had it on just about every platform: the PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One. They made their money back. Same with the NBA 2Ks and the Maddens. Like they make their money. So look at Nintendo. They did Zelda twice cross-gen with Twilight Princess and the Breath of the Wild, and look how that turned out. So yeah, it's kind of it doesn't make sense and it's pointless to have one of your biggest franchise come out the last part of the generation and not make a cross-gen. Zelda, Skyward Sword.
Yeah,
that's what they messed up at.
Yeah, I mean even still, it's just you make sure like I was saying, the first year to 2, you make sure like these games, because at this point everything needs to be forward compatible. Like they got away with the shit this gen because Microsoft and Nintendo weren't doing it, so nobody was really doing it. But you can't do that next gen knowing full well Microsoft is doing everything, Xbox, everything is carrying it forward. So you need to make sure that you can do that same shit. I mean, even if you're gonna go ahead and make it like I said, Death Stranding, it could be a PS4 version just so you can get the initial sales from the PS4 guys because they're gonna be more plentiful. But for people who do jump ship and then go to PS5, they want the better version of the game too. Like that would be the point of it. You should be able to scale up. So hopefully that's the case, and the library carries over. I have a personal fear of just that this E3 scares me. I'm scared the most when Sony makes a console because that's my primary way to play. But when Sony is really good to me about making like first party games, but when Sony be kicking ass, they get hella arrogant, bro.
Yes, they do.
So that's what scares me, is that Microsoft did not really pose a threat this generation, and I'm so frightened by that because I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, like they're gonna nut up and they're gonna fuck up again to give us another PS3. That's what I'm so afraid of next gen. So we'll see.
Now, Nintendo might be giving them a run from the money because the Switch is still doing very well. So I
think the Switch is like out of like they do. I'm not saying it's not doing well because it's doing excellent, obviously, but I just think the Switch is just not in competition with Xbox and PlayStation because it's like it'll get some of the games, some of the third party games, and it'll get its exclusives. Like the Switch is, for most people, is their primary console. For a lot of people, it's a secondary. Like some people don't own PlayStation and Xbox; they pick one and then they go with Nintendo. So Nintendo benefits from being a primary or a secondary.
I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't know if I want to agree or disagree because just the fact that the third-party games are selling a lot better on the Nintendo Switch, and like a lot of people that I know wanted Nintendo Switch over PlayStation, you know, because of the handheld. And plus, whenever the Switch surpassed the Xbox One, it would be ludicrous for every third-party company to skip out on Nintendo Switch because of the huge market over there and the hype. Because it ain't just Nintendo gamers buy just Nintendo. They buy everything. So it would be stupid for anybody to just skip out on the Switch. So I still think, you know, that Nintendo is still competing with Microsoft and Sony, even though they say they not. But it doesn't matter, man.
Because I think they think the same way. I don't think they are either. Just like when everybody wants, like some people have been asking, or they want PlayStation to do a Switch thing. Why? Why would you get out of a lane which you kicking ass in it? I'm not gonna leave where I'm dominant to go somewhere where I know I can't compete. Like, we've seen the story twice. We've seen you try to go ahead and play the handheld game. Mm-hmm. You can't. Nintendo moved from like having a strictly dedicated home console just because the landscape changes a bit too fast, and Nintendo's a little slower on the draw than Sony and Microsoft are. So what do you do to compete? You take what you are king at, and you make it apply everywhere. So I feel like they don't really have to go anywhere. I just think that Sony needs to stay in the home console lane and don't worry about what the fuck going on over there. Let Nintendo make their money. You can't have everything. And that's the thing. Like, they're going to get selfish because I know Sony going to come out with some shit to try to compete. Okay. But they're going to try to get selfish, and Nintendo is going to hand them their ass.
Yeah.
And you just can't do that, bro. Like, be happy being, like, having the number one console or whatever, the best sold console, whatever. Be happy with that. And just improve upon that in the next generation. Nintendo is going to be Nintendo. Nintendo got legions of fans, and they're going to make sure they have a platform now, or we have a platform now, where when we get games, we not ashamed to say that low. Like, this is important. It's important. It's impressive. So you just gotta play your lane, bro. Don't get crazy. That's all I'm saying.
What's up, Zen? I guess before I get Zen on
this lunkhead ass, who invited this Islander ass lunkhead ass nigga? Dog? Get this lunkhead nigga out of here, dog.
Oh shit, man!
Get out of here.
Here goes.
You wasn't helping me last night on the other night in Gears. He got me fucked up like 6 times, bro.
Oh damn! I know y'all still playing Gears. Y'all need to hit me up if y'all playing Gears. But Zen is here. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Zen, before I get to John.
Yo, people, what's going on? You already know who it is. And back here again. We'll be talking about some Sony, Microsoft E3 stuff.
Yeah.
So, talking about how you trash.
Yeah. So, John, like, I know everybody, G-Rock and Zen and Nar gave us their opinion about the Nintendo Online subscription. Well, how do you feel about the Nintendo Online subscription? Do you think that's extremely cheap, or are you still pissed off about the voice chat? Like, what do you think? You think it's justified, the price of it?
I'm gonna keep it 100% real. I don't think none of these damn online services are justified. It's no reason. Like, I don't really understand why we paying for it. Period. Like, what's the point? They like neither of these companies have came. And specifically said, why are we paying for this? What are we getting from this? Because, like, you play Battlefield 1 on your Xbox, right? I play Battlefield 1 on the PC. What's happening that's different? That why are you paying for it, but I'm not? There's no reason for you to be paying for it. You know what I'm saying? That's just, I feel like, what are we paying for? It's like, that's just like, that's what I had to get to the bottom of first. What are we paying for? That's why I said next year I'm probably not going to be paying for any of them. Now, if I was still paying for it, $20 is cheap. If you just wanted to say just for playing online, yes, it's cheap. If you add to the what is it? Do you get to keep those games, or do they change out, or what it is? I don't understand that. With the
which one?
The old games with the.
I think the NES. I think the NES games are just like cataloged. I don't know if they really said anything.
I think that. as long as you pay for it, I don't think they're going nowhere. Kind of like with Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus.
So for $20 and you get that, okay, I would say that's worth it, because I keep it real. I might pay $20 for just that alone. You know what I'm saying? Just to have that, just to have access to all the old Nintendo games and stuff like that, but without having to buy it or go go to eBay trying to find the NES Classic or something.
Yeah. Good luck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess with mine, like I said the other day, if it has Super Nintendo games, then I'll be like, okay, I love Super Nintendo. They got awesome games. It's just the NES. I don't know. It's just I'm a Sega guy, and I don't really care about the Sega Master. I just don't care about the 8-bit era, man. I love the 16-bit era, man. I know they did mention about Super Nintendo games, but I don't know how long it's gonna take. And Nintendo basically says it's gonna be nothing but NES games for right now. But I feel that if we're gonna just all of a sudden start paying $20 a year, like coming up to September, then I want a bigger selection. You know, especially if we're lacking on other.
You should definitely get a bigger selection, especially when it's not taking that much to put that on there. It's like it's old ass game. Like people been putting the ROMs and doing ROMs for years, so it's like it shouldn't be no issue to put that on there.
Yeah.
As far as the voice chat, that shit's horseshit. I still don't like to go against what old boy was saying. I think it was G-Rock, which he was talking about PlayStation. I want them to do the handheld because I want them to show Nintendo how to do it right. Because they already had a handheld that they did right, they just decided to abandon it.
Yeah.
Because the Vita was hot shit. I don't care, and I still there's features on the Vita that the Nintendo Switch can't do right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Which is like voice chat on the system. And what was it? Hey, party chat on the system.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff like that. So I feel like I want Sony to come out and do that because then it'll make Nintendo get off their ass and do the shit right instead of this little app thing that they got. And which I have, like I said, I don't got no problem with the app because it's
shit. That's what I got a problem with.
I mean, it's the app is fine. It's just I don't like being able to use the app. There should be like a secondary option.
It should be a secondary because
that shit is stupid.
On Xbox,
fucking cables.
We have two different ways of the voice chat on our phones or on our console.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand the
way Xbox is, that's genius because I was like, and that solved the problem for me with streaming too because I was like, whoa, okay, I can just use this, right? Okay, cool.
Yeah, like there's a lot of features for $60 a year, and I know you said I don't think we should pay for online because PC gamers don't pay for online, but I know a lot of people like to throw that as the justification of paying $60 a year of the free games that we get every month. And some people they be like, okay, if you stop paying, is those free games still free, or you can still have them? No, you're not. Mm-hmm. So that's the argument right there. But as far as if you look at the price between $20 a year from Nintendo versus $60 a year on Sony and Xbox. If you take 2/3 of their features away from Xbox and Sony, then just to dumb down to Nintendo's price, do you think that their online will still be superior than the Nintendo subscription service?
Well, just the fact that they had the voice chat on the system it already makes it superior.
That's the point that I've been trying to make these past few days, but I ain't trying to talk about that. It's been some drama about that, man. I'm gonna leave it alone.
It's like that's just real. It's like the fact that I can sit there and party chat with my people like on my Xbox right now. It's I don't need all the extra games. Don't need all that. Just the fact that I can do that. You give me $20 a month for that, and to play online and just be able to chat with people on my Xbox without having to hook some other stuff up to it, that right there alone is worth it. But then you added an extra thing, an app, which is optional. I can do it from my phone. Optional. You gave me a choice. You didn't force me to use my phone. You gave me the option to use my phone.
Yeah, because there's been some, I guess you could say some drama from, the side I'm at. People thinking, I had ZenGamer on yesterday, and they said that I brought him on so he could be a yes man, so he can agree with me about this Nintendo Online. I was like, nah, that is not the case, man. Just use your common sense. Just like what you said a while ago. It's just a voice chat that's integrated on the console is superior just right there. That's just how I feel about it. But $20 a year is not that much, but I'm just breaking it down and I'm trying to see which way do I want to go.
I'm gonna keep it real. I love my Nintendo Switch, and I feel like to me it's the best console I have right now, and I love it. But that's the way they're doing it is horseshit. It's no way if ands or buts around it. My Vita can do that. Why can't? And the Vita is old.
And it's a handheld.
Yeah. Why can't my Switch do this? It was just supposed to be more powerful and all that. Like, you really telling me it can't do this? Like, or you just choosing not to do this?
Man, we all know that if you doubt Nintendo or you disagree even the slightest way,
shit.
despite being a customer, about anything
shit.
Nintendo does, you deserve nothing more than to be thrown into a Nazi prison camp. We all know that.
Drama alert.
Burn me.
I ain't saying nothing more but that. I'm just saying that. Right? I'm gonna leave it
love
there.
the system, but that's just horse. That's just shit. But I will give you guys a solution. It's an expensive solution, but it's a solution. It's, the Steel Series has a headset that lets you plug in wired to the to the console, and then you can use the Bluetooth for the phone.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so you'll still be able to hear the console, and then you'll still be able to hear the chat too, and still talk and all that shit. So then you don't have all them little extra wires. It's a solution for the problem that's there until something else happens. I'm just saying, but it's just a solution. It's a bullshit solution, but it's a solution.
So I got a question for y'all guys. Like, do y'all think? Hold on, I think I got a donation. Let me see. I hope I didn't miss nobody.
Yeah, somebody just did
Stuart Stokes, appreciate your donation, man. Man, I gotta pay you back. You've been donating to me a lot. He said, in an article last year, Nintendo Online games will be cycled out, and if you want to keep them, you have to buy them, but this might be outdated. That is possible.
Yeah, I remember that. I just hope that's outdated, man. Don't do that shit. Just fucking catalog the games, bro. If you're gonna make us pay for the service for $20, don't Netflix style that shit. I thought I wanted to do a Netflix style.
Yeah.
Just bring your fucking games in, leave them there, because you draw more people in. Like, even on Game Pass, like, Game Pass is like the precursor for how this Netflix game shit is gonna work. Don't take games out, like, if you don't have to. Like, especially it's Nintendo. They own their own shit. This is their game. You shouldn't be taking shit out. So, put your games in, leave them there. You draw more people in, and when you get to the console or the platform that people really want to fuck with, like the 64 or for the GameCube, whatever, then they got games. But it's cool. Like, I think that Nintendo's whole thing, I think we being tough on both sides. Like, y'all being tough on people who are opposing what Nintendo is saying.
Yeah.
What Nintendo is doing, because it's like, it's okay to criticize. Like, y'all do it to PlayStation and Xbox all the time.
I'll do it to
so
everybody.
It's like, just because Nintendo is getting heat, they far from perfect. And we all know this is where Nintendo is extremely bad at. They're ass at online. Like, this is facts.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, we also gotta, like, give them the fucking opportunity to get better, because they're trying, and they are trying to get to the point where shit is acceptable. And a $20 price point to get there is a starting point. Like, I get what you're saying in terms of the app being bad, but we gotta let them just get it.
So,
like,
you tell me this, G-Rock, having the PS3 for free, the online, do you think that's still superior to the Nintendo online subscription?
I have to play on that network. Let me say this. The Switch will be missing features that I feel like the PS3 had.
Yeah.
But again, this is what I was saying earlier. I don't think Nintendo directly looks or competes with Sony and Microsoft anymore. I think the only thing for third party, like you were saying, was just to make sure that they can get the games that will run on the Switch so that their fans can have them. The only reason that Sony even does anything remotely near Xbox is because if the shit is like crazy and they gotta have it, Sony is gonna take it and they have to copy it because they have to please their fan base. Nintendo, they don't really got to, because their fans are going like, I don't want to make it seem like they're gonna just accept anything, but Nintendo is learning in that avenue. Like, we gotta give them the chance to fucking, like, put their foot in the water. Like, that's what they're doing. They're not just jumping in. They putting their feet in the water, and over time, the shit gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody who was on here, was on the chat, was saying, "Oh, we don't need achievements and shit." Why? Why you don't fucking want achievements? I've never heard anybody not want something that's awesome. Because half of motherfuckers be fronting anyway about what they own and what they done. That's cool. I want that. Why would you not want to have achievements, or to have like how they're doing the share the controller thing for PlayStation and Xbox is doing? That's cool. It's just because Nintendo didn't make it first, don't make it wrong. Like, we gotta ask for more. Like, y'all say the same shit to Xbox dudes. You want them to ask for more? Well, we do the same shit for Nintendo. Network wise, ask for more. So it's okay to criticize, but we also got to go ahead and allow them to get there. Like, we can't just jump on their backs, dog, and just be like, oh, well, you know what? Fuck y'all niggas, because y'all not doing this right. Well, you know, shit, it's their first time. So,
I don't know, maybe.
I have to disagree.
Go ahead.
I have to jump on their backs because without even the competition side alone, where if you just look at themselves, how can you offer something that you had on your previous system and then take it away, and then this is supposed to be a better system and you don't even have it?
You can say the same shit about Sony and Xbox because they took a year to get fucking YouTube and Netflix and every fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's YouTube. I'm talking about voice chat. Like, this, like, I need to talk to people. When I shoot somebody, I need to be able, when I'm on a team game with somebody, I need to be able to talk to my team. You know what I'm saying? That's part of the game. You know, that's part of the game. Like, I could do that on the Wii U, but why can't I do that on the Switch?
That's true, but I mean, voice chat for the Wii U wasn't great.
I can do that on 3DS.
And it still sounds bad. It's never been good, is what I'm saying. So they don't really.
Well, when we start,
I guess what he's trying to say is it existed, right?
Yeah,
and now
they know how to do it. They know how to do it. It's been there. So that's what I'm saying. I don't understand why they just felt like they had to go do this new quirky thing. It was like,
I feel like they took a step back by introducing us with this phone app. That's the main issue here. And there was an integrated voice chat on the Wii U gamepad, and people still don't understand. It was on the Wii U gamepad, in which it's technically a handheld. We got another handheld in our hand, and it's not integrated on there.
We have video chat on the Wii U.
So that's the issue. Like when people say they take 10 steps back, 10 steps forward, 20 steps back. So I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I love my Switch, but if I'm paying
like oh boy, what's his name? David 23 said that family plan thing that they got is, I like that. That's dope. I will say that.
Yeah. Because I'm about to.
Same thing with Xbox they did with their little thing. I don't know if PlayStation has a way to do that or not.
No, don't get me. The pricing is cool, like, cause I'm planning on getting me another Switch pretty soon, and you know my wife, she took over the other one, so paying $35 a year for two accounts, you know, that's pretty cool, you know. But like I say, man, if we're gonna start paying for online subscription, then people gonna expect a lot better than what the Wii U offered, and I feel that's kind of took a step back. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
Okay. So I understand what's going on now. What you? If it was free, I can understand people getting mad about people complaining. So I can understand people about that. Okay, but what you have to understand is once people start paying for stuff, people are going to ask for stuff. They're going to expect stuff. They're going to want stuff, and it's just the nature of the business. Once you start putting money into it and you asking for money, you're gonna have to take that criticism. It's just what it is. Same way I ask people to ask, like, stop accepting the Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. Ask, why are we paying for this? Mm-hmm. Ask them. You know what I'm saying? And hit them and stop paying for it for a minute. We don't have to be addicts. We can play, you know what I'm saying? We can play on offline for a while.
Yeah. Well,
figure out what's going on. Why are we paying for this stuff? You know what I'm saying? We got to be better consumers. I just feel like we're not being better consumers. And it's not hard. It's not like we jump to the defense of these companies and stuff, but it's like, no, it's not supposed to be like that. We're supposed to be asking for stuff because we're putting our money into this.
Well, if Xbox,
they're supposed to be serving us. We don't serve them.
It's different as gaming community. Like I was telling Zen Gamer yesterday, that the gaming industry, this game community, is the only community that advocates for less stuff and advocates for broken games on day one. I don't see how that applies. If you're trying to buy some type of electronic device at the store, you like that company so much, even though it came out broken, you're going to still accept it and praise it. Only in the game community that people advocate for broken games and bullshit. It's crazy.
And see, that's where it goes back to what I was saying about how that console war mentality, that's why I said we got to change that mentality, because this is what it turned into. And so now we don't know how to ask for the stuff that we want. We don't know how to be real consumers no more. We just take what it is, and then people are jumping to defend these companies and stuff. It's like, no, I pay my money. I want this. This is what I want. If this is the type of service that you're going to provide me, I'm going to tell you that, no, this is not, for my $60, this is not enough. For my $20, this is not enough. I want this for my $20. I need this. You need to give me this. This is my money. You need to come up off of this.
Yeah, like if voice chat was integrated on the Switch itself, then I wouldn't be crying right now. If voice chat at least achievements, I wouldn't be crying right now. It's crazy. Like, look at there are Windows phone users out there. They're shit out of luck. They won't be able to be on voice chat on their phone. I know some people could be using Discord or whatever, but the point is, Nintendo's supposed to be catering their online subscription services towards everybody. Now they done freaking then I don't know, man. It's just crazy. Like they did not even once in that board meeting be like, oh, there's Windows phone users. There's more than just an iOS and Android out there. So the people that actually buys Windows phones, they're gonna have to either get an Android or get an iPhone. That's another thing. That was another misstep of this because they did not cater this online towards everybody. Some people don't even own cell phones. I know some people don't own cell phones. Hell, Burger29 don't even own a cell phone.
And some people own the cell phones that don't have. Well, you had to have Android or Apple, right?
Yeah, Android or Apple.
So there's some people still rock that Windows phone.
I didn't even know Windows still made phones.
Yeah, they do. They do.
They do, but the market is super small, but it does exist.
I didn't even know they were still making them boys. I was like, the hell?
Yeah, but
now you got a Windows phone. That's your fault, nigga.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but as a gaming company, you want to cater towards everybody. Am I right? Hey, man, you want to get as much sales as possible,
I say
right?
The same thing that I tell everybody else. If it's not your platform, I don't give a fuck about it.
Damn.
Nintendo. I'm just being serious. I know. I'm not that person that preaches inclusivity, bro. To me, I don't care about that. Like the whole PlayStation needs to do this. No, the Xbox needs to include it. No, you're not on Xbox. You're not on PC. I don't care about you. In terms of Nintendo going ahead and doing an app, in terms of for like Windows, well, it's like 10 of you motherfuckers. So I mean, what? Get a new phone, bro. Like I'm sorry that you on this phone. Like hell, Microsoft still don't even have a Windows phone. That'll let you know this nigga don't even have a Windows phone.
I don't know, man. It's just a little stuff right there. That's why people are complaining and can't people. Of course, Alex, he's telling me that you need to pay for PlayStation Plus just to transfer your data from the PlayStation to the computer. That's a damn lie. You don't need no PlayStation Plus. It's free. So
what you talking about with a USB?
Yeah, with a USB. With a USB.
Yeah, and externals. Yeah, that's you don't have to pay for that.
You don't have to pay for that. That's what I've been trying to say. You don't need to pay for that.
Yeah, but you have to pay for cloud. You have to be a PlayStation Plus.
Yes, that's different. That's what I'm saying. But the deal with that is your save file will be saved on a PC, on a computer, whatever. You ain't got to worry about it. If you ain't got no cloud saves, then the computer will back it up. That's all I'm trying to say. There is no option on the Nintendo Switch in which we have to pay for the cloud service. That's the only way. It's locked behind a paid wall. That's why some people, that's why it's a lot of civil war inside the Nintendo community going on right now. Because people saying that it's not worth $20. People say what it is. It's only $20 a year. I'm just going by what the other competitors offer and what the Nintendo offers, and I'm like, okay, if I take 2/3 of their features away from Xbox and PlayStation. Is it still vastly superior than what Nintendo is offering us for $20? Hell yes, it's still vastly superior. So I'm just saying, man, it's not. It's not. You go ahead.
Man, what you just said there about what you all have been saying about complaining about what you want to see and being consumers and everything. I'm just sitting here listening to you all. I'm thinking back to the Wii U days, and I'm like, I don't see how it could be lost on anyone that what happened with the Wii U was in fact a good thing for Nintendo when you look at everything that's happening now with the Switch. Well, not everything, but 80% of it, right? I mean, look at the sales. I brought that up yesterday. I bring it up again. 4 years versus just over 1 year, and it's already eclipsed and surpassed the Wii U. That alone should tell you what you need to know. Look at the fact the quality of games we were getting 2015, 2016, because I don't know if everybody else agrees with me. I think G-Rock does. Yeah, he does. 2014 was the peak of the Wii U. That's the year that we got Mario Kart, Smash, Bayonetta, Hyrule Warriors, and other games all in the same fiscal year, all in the same 12-month period. And it was just fire from beginning to end. And 2015 rolled around and the quality just dipped in terms of games. I mean, we got that, I keep forgetting the name of it, that Kirby Canvas, whatever. I'm not a Kirby guy, so forgive me. Then we got that Yoshi, whatever, the wool one, I think, another wool one. Or was it whichever one that was. I mean, the quality and the releases just dipped. It just went so far down. Hell, we even got nonsense like Devil's Third, bro. You remember that nonsense?
Yeah, I remember that.
I do remember everybody trying to hype that up. I was like, this game.
Yep. Exactly. And then, you know, on the 3DS side, 3DS was on fire for years. It had a rough launch, but then it caught back and was on fire for years. But then they started slipping on that too. Started getting stuff like oh, what's the name of this game? What's the name of this game? Come on, brain fart. I'll get back to that. But they started slipping as well. You can actually see. Oh, Federation Force. Thank you. You see, it was so bad. I tried to erase it from my hard drive. I tried not to remember it. So we get those bad games. We get Reggie over here blaming the fans, telling us that we wrong for wanting more, and then people were like, "Yes, Reggie, yeah, you know, stomp on us more." The complaining was needed, right? We're not trying to tear them down because we want to tear them down. But sometimes in construction, you need to tear down the old structure that's there in order to build something new. That something new was the Switch. Had we all just shut up and not said anything and been completely complacent and be like, yes, master, give us more, we would have had another Wii U 2 by now. That's what I'm trying to say. Things improved vastly so because we'd said something. Oh, Star Fox Zero. I don't even want to forget that. Yeah, I was trying to remember that one too. But I don't see why people would be upset that we're saying something about the online, because the only thing that can result from that, well, one of two things can happen. Either Nintendo says, to hell with it, we're just not doing it anymore. Or they say, okay, we see you, we hear you, you're not satisfied, we promise to do better. And then what happens? They do better. So I don't see why you would get on anyone for saying anything about it. It's not satisfactory. It is under par. Yes, I understand. This is Nintendo's weak point. This is the one that they don't get right all the time or whatever. But we had better on the Wii U. I know they can do better. I know you guys know they can do better. My doubters, Reels doubters, I know we all know they can do better, okay? They've had examples on Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus for years now. They've seen how they can do it. They can even ask for help if they're not personally, internally capable of doing it. They can do it. That's what I'm trying to say. And we need to push them in order to do it. And in order for that to happen, we need to not be satisfied with every little thing that they do. We need to voice our concerns and let them know. Even if they're being stubborn and they forget how to use Twitter sometimes, we need to let them know. That's all we're saying, man. That's all we're saying. There's no need for any backlash or anything.
I feel that the success of the Nintendo Switch, and I really feel that a lot of these people is forgetting of what the Nintendo Switch is still lacking and what they still missing in their second year. I think they got, of course, in order to shut your audience up, all your naysayers, you give them games. You give them really great games like we had last year. We had a lot of great games, but there are still issues going on with the Nintendo Switch. And a lot of them refuse to bring it up. They brought it up last year. They brought it during the Wii U days, but now they are more quieter than a church house mouse. Like, that's what I'm saying. I stand by everything that I say. Whatever I said last year or the year before, I stand by it. At one point I was a pro Nintendo guy. They start fucking up, so I start putting the boot in their ass. Then I went towards the Xbox, hardcore Xbox guy. They start fucking up. They put a boot in their ass, and I'm still putting the boot in their ass. Now I'm more pro Sony right now because they got the games, they got the features, they got everything that I want from a console, man. And the Nintendo Switch has the potential of being a juggernaut and basically selling on par with the PS4, selling at least 100 million. But in order for them to get to that point, they need to fix the little mistakes that they are doing right now. And that's why people said that sometimes they take a big leap forward and take a giant step back. And that's how I feel when it comes to their features. I'm not talking about when it comes to their console, because the console is doing well. But I feel that they are sidetracked with what people has been asking for ages, man. It doesn't make sense on how the Wii U has more features than the Switch. The Switch has been bare bones for over a year. People been asking for this and that, the achievements, YouTube, web browser. Technically, there is a web browser, but it's freaking locked. Some people that are. Some people have already freaking tapped into the web browser, and it's stupid. It's there, but for some reason, Nintendo doesn't want us to access the web browser. It's just little stuff like that is the reason why some people get upset. But overall, I'm not upset with Nintendo. I just want to let everybody know in the chat, the people that's going to watch in the future, I am not mad. I'm happy with my Switch. I'm happy that they made a huge turnaround from the Wii debacle. But if I'm going to spend my money, even though if it's $20 or $2 or 50 cents, I want some improvements from the Wii U to the Switch. And I don't really see much of an improvement. I see a step back as far as voice chat. I see a step back as far as we still using friend codes. I see a step back as far, I'm not sure how the online is going to be, because we're going to eventually know whenever it gets there. We will know whenever Smash Brothers get here how the online is going to react. But it's just for right now, as far as what they announced right now, it's just bare bones. But is it cheap? Yes, it is cheap. But if you are a hardcore gamer and you over looking at what you paying on the other side from PlayStation, Xbox, and you looking over what you paying for over here, you can be like, okay, this is cheap, but it still doesn't offer as much as these other guys offering over here. But yes, I know it's $60 versus $20. But still, if their service was $20 on the other side, I still feel that it will still offer a lot more than what Nintendo's offer. Yes, I know that they are new with this. I won't say they new with this online, because they had online with the Wii U, but they new into this paid subscription service. And when we're paying for it, people going to expect better. And it's just not a good start, because this is not what people expected. That's all I'm saying about that. I know some other people got their own opinions, or whatever. It is what it is, man. But I really hope E3 comes around. I hope we get some more announcements when it comes to the online. I don't want to dog shit it. I'm just basically giving my opinion, I'm just constructively criticizing it. I'm not hating on it. I'm not saying Nintendo, you fucking sucks. No, I'm not. I'm just giving everybody my opinion. And it seems that yesterday during the podcast with me and Zen, everybody wanted my head yesterday. That chat was going so fast. I'm over here thinking, am I on the Etika channel? Am I watching Etika? Cause you know how fast this chat goes. It gets. I'm like, whoa, god dang, they are mad. They're so mad about my opinion. Jesus, it's just crazy out here in these gaming streets, man. But that's just my little 2 cents in on this, man. Y'all still talking about? Let's get off Nintendo. Let's get off Nintendo. Okay, Zen Game. What you think about this PlayStation? Dang, we talked about this for a long time. The Sean Layden, they basically spoiling it and said what they're gonna bring to E3. And do you think that there's gonna be some new announcements? What do you think about it?
I think there will be new announcements. I think they had a moment of bad marketing. Like, Sony's marketing has been pretty much on point all generation long, and I think this is one of those moments where you can actually look at it and say, all right, they definitively messed up here. The messaging wasn't clear as to what they were going to do when Sean Layden, or whoever it was that broke the first news, right?
It was Sean Layden.
So, sure. Well, of course it wasn't clear, because that guy,
That's what I'm saying.
that guy is a man.
he does things right sometimes, but this was not one of the times.
So at first, when because I was talking with you this morning, and we had I said, so, okay, Sony isn't doing a traditional conference, because it's beginning to sound like a Sony Direct to me. And he's like, no, well, I don't know. A couple hours later, then he says, okay, well, there's this link, and they are doing a thing. It will be in front of a live audience. They'll be focusing on their 4 biggest upcoming titles. And there will be third-party presence. There will be some other games as well. But the focus, the majority, the bulk load of the time will be spent on those 4 games, but that wasn't the initial marketing angle or whatever. I mean, Sean Layden completely messed it up. From my perspective, the only thing that's missing from this, it looks like a traditional E3 is what I'm trying to say. except Sony recognizes that it's late in the gen. Most of our games are out. Most of our studios are busy working on stuff for PS5 or finishing up stuff for PS4. We don't exactly have a whole lot of games outside of these four at this level of development, triple A or quadruple A or whatever the hell you want to say. So what we're gonna do is gonna focus on the four coming, right? And we're gonna make that the highlight of the show. There may be one or two surprises, but we want to make sure we get out in front and tell you that so you don't go in there with too many expectations, right? And we all know how expectations go. You go in there super high and then you get brought down low. So they got out ahead of what they anticipated may have been a backlash. And I appreciate what they're doing. I just wish that they'd done it a bit cleaner because all that led to was a bunch of confused messaging. For me, the only thing missing from all of this that's a bit funky, that isn't quite making sense, is one of the, I was telling G this just earlier too, one of the first things that you solidify, you identify, and you announce when it comes to events like this is your venue, your location. Be it, the Galen Theater or the Microsoft Theater or the whatever amphitheater or this place or that place or the other place. That's what you usually do first. But that's not what Sony did. This was missing from the wording in the marketing where they just said, hey, this is the time, this is the date, this is what we're doing, and we're streaming live from Los Angeles. They didn't say from the whatever theater or from the whatever amphitheater. And for people who read it the way I read it, that sounded like, oh, so they're just going to do a stream, as in nobody's going to actually be there. This is all pre-recorded. It's a direct, more or less, a Sony direct. But then we heard there will be a live audience, but still no venue. And I don't think that's changed. I haven't checked in the last few hours. Maybe it has. Maybe I'll go check my Twitter timeline, and see if anything's changed. But for right now, nobody outside of those inside Sony HQ knows where this thing will be. As if you're one of the people holding a ticket to go see E3, go see Sony's E3 in person, I'm not even sure you know where you're going yet. And that seems funky to me. But outside of that, it was just a marketing mess up. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. G-Rock, did you give your intake about this?
Yeah, I just think people don't read.
All right, what about you, John?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's it. People just don't read. I mean, I don't know, man. I just don't like. I don't know if people wanted them to just make up first parties. Like, even still, like, this is their first parties have either dropped the game or working on the game.
Yeah.
It's not like they don't do third party exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gonna be there. It'll probably be one or two third party games, some multiplats, some indies. Sony gonna play it close and play it slow, especially if they're really wrapping up this gen. What else they supposed to do? They can't just make up, like, I know everybody's like, Nintendo's only in the second year of the new console. I would hope they have a shitload of stuff to show. Like, I hope so. But I mean, Pokemon. That's all you gotta do. Pokemon. As long as Pokemon there, bro, it's a dub, and it's a good E3 for me.
Let me pay some bills right quick. I think it's the first time donating on this channel. Yobo 1245. He donated $5. The Xbox corporate slaves are so desperate for a W that they accept anything, call it a day. They giving themselves self-inflicted L's. Wow. Damn, that's pretty messed up.
Y'all hate Xbox, bro. Oh my god, what did they do to y'all?
You should ask the Team Red Discord chat what the Xbox did to them. God dang, every day, dude.
Microsoft ain't trash, man. Like, I think like they just got a bad rap this go around because of like the game and the way they came out. They ain't trash, man.
Honestly, I hate to put Alex on blast. Like, the Wii U had a worse time than what the Xbox is going through right now because, of course, they still get multiplats. But I didn't see Alex going this hard on Nintendo like he's going hard on the Xbox. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I got no comment.
I got a lot of comments on that, but that's all I'm saying.
No comments.
I'm gonna leave it alone. He bought 3 Xbox this generation, but That's all I'm gonna say. You bought 3 Xboxes. Fucking Alex.
I just play PlayStation and Xbox and Nintendo, man. I play everything.
Oh boy, I love. Oh, hey, Alex.
I want to touch on something on that Xbox situation now.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, I still don't think they recovered from the initial
E3?
launch, initial announcement of it. You know what I'm saying? I still don't think they recovered from that. And I just look at how the scope of how technology is taken away and how contradictive the gamers were back then, how they compared to what they do now. And I just feel like had they not did that, Xbox might have been in a different situation, and Xbox might have been in a position to provide you with what you want. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you had to sell systems to do that, and they didn't get to sell systems because of all the the stupid ass stigma that they had on it and stuff like that. But it's funny how everybody was talking shit about the Kinect and how they didn't want it always on and stuff, right? But yeah, everybody got a fucking Alexa in their house, or they got Siri, or they got Hey Google. You know what I'm saying?
I don't got none of that shit.
You ain't got none of that?
Nah, I ain't got none of that. I already. Nah, I mean, I got Siri, but I mean, I got a phone. I didn't have a problem with the Kinect. Kinect didn't bother me. I didn't care about that.
You know what I'm saying? But that's people just all scared about that and stuff. And then it's like, let's keep it real. DRM, right? EA came out and said it's gonna do. Did you really? Sony did a brilliant marketing scheme. They really switched that up real quick on them. But did you really think that EA was just gonna come off on one system and have DRM on one system and not have it on the other one? Sony was gonna do the exact same thing that Xbox was gonna do with that DRM situation. They just seen the reaction that Xbox got because they did it early. Mm-hmm. They seen that reaction and they flipped the switch real quick. They flipped the switch on that stuff real quick.
The problem with Xbox though is that they could have shut that down in the first day or two. Like they could have been okay, we're removing it. Larry Hurd, who should have just shut up. I keep saying that from everybody, unless it's Phil, unless it's Mikey Barra, unless it's one of them two. Shut up, stop talking. Like Aaron Greenberg and Larry Hurd, like they be talking, but they make problems because they gotta market it. And I know they the mouths for Xbox. But like Larry Hurd was like, well, we can't. It's not like it's on the Switch. We could just turn it off. A couple months later, before launch, it's on the Switch. We just turned it off. Well, nigga, you could have did that the first time. We could have avoided all this.
Oh damn! I don't know, man. Xbox has been it's been a roller coaster, man. Cause it was at one point I was praising, I was loving the console, and now it's like I wish they just need to die and they just need to gut it and just start over, man. That's how I feel about it.
Well, can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah.
Do y'all really think they turned it off though? Technically, see, this is the thing that I'm saying. They pulled the switch. They pulled the rug out from all those gamers right now. You have to be online with your system.
That is.
Every once in a while, you have to be online with that system. It's going to ask you to check to see if to sign in and check and stuff to see if you're the owner of that game that you're putting in there. And it does it periodically, but nobody said nothing about that. It's still there. You know what I'm saying? But nobody pays attention to it and stuff. You know those little day one updates that you had? That's part of that. You know what I'm saying? Why all these games have these day one updates and these patches, it's part of that. It's integrated into that stuff.
Well, that's probably why the Xbox is not selling that well, because a lot of people didn't fall for the shit.
True.
That's probably what it is.
My thing is this, man, is every fan, and I tell Zen this shit all the time. Every fan base, everybody does it. Everybody plays victim. And the PS3, it was not cool to be a PlayStation guy, so the PlayStation guys play victim. The Wii U, Nintendo guys play victim. The Xbox guys now are playing victim. Everybody does it. They still do it. Everybody has a down year. Everybody has a down gen. It happens. And like this is just some people are better at fighting through the bad generations than others. But at the end of the day, it's a cycle, bro. Like next gen, Microsoft could set the world on fire. And PlayStation 5 could be absolute garbage. That's what I'm saying. Everybody gonna love
everybody's ignoring
PlayStation dude. Is gonna exactly. Like everybody who was a PlayStation dude will be an Xbox guy again, and it'll be cool to love Xbox again. That's my thing. Is just like me and Zen talk about this all the time. Don't change your fandom, dog, just because it's not selling well or it's not the cool thing. Like, bro, I got reamed, bro, all last gen for having the PS3 and all my friends having the 360. Like, I was the butt of so many jokes, bro. It got to the point where I literally started throwing hands with niggas because I just got tired of it every day and people getting in my face. Like, I just started whooping ass. Like, I just got tired of it. but you just can't change up your fandom, bro. Like if you an Xbox dude through and through, all right, dude, be an Xbox dude through and through, because you jumping ship ain't helping them build the platform. It's just basically gonna go ahead and show that people don't have interest in the platform. Why would they invest into anything people not buying into? You know what I'm saying? So it's not bad to own an Xbox. What's bad is fans who sit up here and who want to have list wars and don't show up for games, or want to go ahead and say, "Oh, Microsoft did this," but then a game can't get over a mil. Like they have more than enough to get over a mil. Like the Xbox fans who cry, and the Nintendo and the PlayStation do. Just play your damn game, man. You like Xbox, you like PlayStation, play your game. Shut the fuck up. All that crying and I gotta be on the winning team. I'm like, damn, dude. Like,
well, tell Team Red Gaming Chat the Discord that did.
I ain't got none of. I'm my own person.
You just indirectly told the Team Red Gaming Discord chat to shut the fuck up.
I did not indirectly tell. I don't want nobody in Team Red coming for me. Only reason I don't is because I fuck with a lot of y'all in that chat. But if y'all come for me, I'm gonna have to whoop y'all ass. I'm gonna let y'all know.
Damn.
Well, hey, I say the same thing you said, but I still get crucified in that chat. So I'm taking a break from that chat.
What I was trying to say is like Xbox. If you just look at what Xbox doing versus what PlayStation's doing, yeah, PlayStation brought some games. I could clap my hands to them, but we had to wait so damn long for it. But and I got tired of the system. I sold mine by, and then now games come. But I just feel like if you look at the Xbox from day one to now, they've made so many changes and so much progress in it, and it's just like that system is just, it does so much. It's like I don't see how people can just ignore it. It's like everybody will say, "Oh, I just bought a console just for the game." It's like, no, how do you ignore all this shit that this shit does?
They do a lot. You know, I don't think that's the problem, but the thing is, and that Microsoft still didn't seem to learn until now. It's just like it's now hitting them. It's like, yo, like this is cool, but the basic functionalities that everyone uses it for, everything else in the world has. So like the Netflix and the YouTubes and Amazon, that everything else in the world has that. So that's cool, but you kind of forgot what was the main point for this too. Like the game, dog. Like the game, you know, that part the controller we play with, like that was what hurt them, and that's the narrative that's gonna keep hurting them until they change it.
And I understand that standpoint, but see, I would understand that standpoint if we were back in the Xbox PS2 days. But if you look at the output that either company has been putting forth as far as games, it's not even remotely compared to what they did. So it's like that's why third parties running the game. That's why I say it don't matter. Like I don't like the little say, "Oh, Xbox ain't got no games." Okay, they playing the same games you playing. Ooh, except your one game that you play every other year.
Right, that's true. I think the point of it too is this, and I agree with that. But the point is to have an identity of your own. Like that's what the exclusive is. And I saw that whatever tweet they were talking about, and that became a video where it was like features get like that's true in some sense. Games give you identity of who you are. Xbox is the multiplayer console. That's where you play multiplayer. Like, but you gotta have the draw that when Nintendo has and that Sony has. If you don't have that same draw, yeah, of course nobody but the hardcore is gonna pick your system. Like that's the point of it. Like a picture. Why would I buy a Switch if I was never gonna get none of the Nintendo games? No point in me owning that system, right? What's the point of that? So I can take Crash Bandicoot on the go? I don't care about that. I don't take my Switch out the house. So if I'm not getting Smash Bros. And Metroid and all this other stuff that I buy Nintendo for, why am I buying it? Like I got other devices that can do the same thing. Like I get what you're saying, but that's just the area. That's the one area Microsoft is lacking in, and that's what's hurting them and killing them. And I don't think that's going to really change. No, not this year, but more so next gen. Like I think Microsoft is going to have a salvo, bro, and they're going to unload on everybody, and everybody going to love them again.
Yep. To backtrack just a little bit to what I stepped away earlier, but I was listening to everything you were saying. It's an analogy I use with G-Rock all the time about the people who, you know, they jump off of whatever's unpopular happened last generation with PS3 is happening this generation with Xbox to whatever's a popular hot thing. Hell, it happened. People jumped on the Wii because, you know, they were winning by yards and miles, but that's aside from the point. The thing is, I use this analogy with him all the time. I'm like, bro, it's like sports, right? He did liken these gaming companies to sports a bit earlier on. Mm-hmm. You have your team, right? You cheer for that team, but you can't just be there when they're winning and then dip the minute they lose. For G-Rock, you're an OKC guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
OKC Lakers, right? OKC just took a big L just the other day, and he was hurting. I was speaking to him that night, and dude was
Damn,
well, we were playing.
My business out on
Yeah, I'm gonna put your business out there. Yeah. Right, he was hurting that, and I'm like, man, it's okay because this is part of what it is to be on a team. You're not on the team. You're not playing ball with the guys, but you're as big a part as the team as any one of them because again, no one wants to play in front of an empty stadium. No one wants to play knowing that no one's watching, right? So to be a fan, it's a pretty big integral part of being with a team. So the point I'm trying to make here is you didn't just bounce when OKC dropped off or any other time that it dropped off in the past. You didn't go and do what everyone else does and just jump on the most winningest team out there, which for basketball, to continue the analogy, would be Golden State. You don't you don't do that, right? You win with your team, you lose with your team, and when you draw with your team. When you lose, though, what you need to do as a fan is you might change up the coach. You might say, hey, we don't need that player in this position, or we don't need him, period. Swap him out, buy that player from that team, because we don't want to see our team go into the garbage bin. We want to see improvement, and we're willing to stick with you and make these improvements so that one day, soon, hopefully, we're going to be smiling and be on top of that mountain again one day. You don't just dip. To me personally, and G-Rock says it all the time for people who dip and go to places like Golden State just because their team lost, and Golden State is like they have a high winning ratio.
Yeah, y'all hoes.
These exactly hoes.
Y'all hoes. That's 100%. Anybody that I seen who was dogging Xbox, and I see you riding them next gen, you a hoe. I'm gonna call you a hoe. And I just hope you know that. Like it's just saying you can't want to be happy that you were waving the flag when you winning, but when you losing, I don't want you to see that flag. Like, nah, that's not how that worked, bro. It was so many PS4 fans when PlayStation was winning, but last gen, nigga, we were so few and far between. We could sit at a lunch table by ourselves, nigga. We was in a green sea.
Oh, damn.
Y'all was hoes.
Damn, it's like that.
Anybody who didn't own a Wii U because it was wax sauce and now you all Nintendo'd out and switched out, hoe. And I don't care what you say, you are a hoe.
Exactly, man. Look, when your group is going through hard times, bro, you got to be down there in the trenches with them. So that when we stomping everyone out, you can say, you know what? The foundation that built today, the foundation that built this victory, I was there. You can get to say that. You need to win, lose, and draw with your team. Can't just be there when they're winning, bro. Something's wrong with that. In everything. It's not just games. In sports games and teams, hell, even politics. Something's wrong with that. Just going with the winning team. Well, we ain't going to talk about that. we don't want to get real channel deleted on YouTube.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, we got a lot of that going on.
Yeah. But man, I'm telling you, man, you gotta stick with your people. Nothing wrong with criticizing, but you gotta stick with your people because at the end of the day, you want to see improvement. And even if let's just assume here for a second, right? Because I see a lot of this sentiment as well with Nintendo, with Xbox, with PlayStation. Sometimes you don't want any of them to go out of business. You just don't, right? Just like me and Real are probably the last two public Sega fans alive. Right? We ain't afraid to say that publicly. Mm-hmm. You don't want any of these guys to go out because in order for Sony to be good, Xbox needs to be better. In order for Xbox to be good, Nintendo needs to be better. They push each other because let me show you a dystopian future. A dystopian future post-Armageddon style is two of these three go out of business. They stop making video game consoles and no one replaces them. No Google, no Apple, no Samsung or whoever, right? And it's just Sony alone, Nintendo alone, or Xbox alone. Do you know how terrible for us, the consumer, that's going to be? They could do anything, get away with anything, listen to nothing, because they know they're the only game in town. You don't want that. Well, only a fool wants that. You need competition, and the competition can't just exist. It needs to be good because it pushes the other guys to do better. I'm not a PC guy, but I appreciate what Steam did when it comes to refunds. Right? They have the whole refund policy. Now Xbox has refunds. Soon Sony may have refunds. It might take 20 years, but Nintendo gonna get there eventually. That's what I'm trying to say. Is sometimes when something isn't on your thing, just wait and be glad that it exists, because one day, if it's popular enough and it pushes them enough, it's going to be on your thing eventually. This is a copycat industry. No one's going to leave money on the table. So if they see something that's not on their platform making money, bet your bottom dollar is going to be on yours one day too.
Yeah.
So you need everyone to be good. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, competition is key, guys. If you ain't got no competition, you're going to have another NES situation, or you're going to have a PlayStation 2 situation, kind of like what G-Rock said earlier. Like, Sony is so arrogant based on the PlayStation 2 success that the PS3 was I didn't have a PS3, but a lot of people say it was a garbage system. The pricing of it was very...
I disagree, but fuck them niggas. You know.
the PS3 was, from what I heard, was terrible. But yeah, like, if you don't have competition, then you're going to have a lot of anti-business practices, man. And that's why we need everybody to do well, man. That's why you see me either on my channel talk mostly about Nintendo one time, then I switch over to Microsoft, then I switch over to Sony. Like, it sounds like a gamer to me. It ain't just I'm just a fanboy. I just go where the games are at, man. Just, like I say, man, don't be married to any console. Don't be married to no freaking gaming company, man, because if there's shit that needs to be addressed, man, you got to address it. But people are so freaking blinded by their success or blinded by their favorite gaming franchise that they just going to turn a blind eye on some of the shady business practices, man. We got a whole bunch of that shadiness going on today. You got the EA situation. You got Sony. Well, they was doing some fucked up shit earlier this generation. And I'm kind of glad that a lot of gamers actually spoke up about the shit, because look at EA, look how they got embarrassed since Disney talking about dropping them, because everybody freaking spoke up about the bullshit, man. If you don't speak up, nothing is never going to get addressed. It ain't gonna never get fixed, man. And like with the Wii U situation, look at the Switch. That's good. Like, they actually listen. But did Nintendo listen all the way? No, because they still having issues when it comes to their online infrastructure. But there's still ways to go, man. If you don't say nothing, nothing's going to get done, man. Doesn't matter what console it is. All consoles. I'm a gamer. I'm a real gamer. That's the reason why I call myself Real Gamer 27, because I game on all platforms. I go where the good games are at, man. It is what it is, man.
You even game on with the companies that don't even make platforms no more, and they the biggest hoes of all.
Whatever, man. I will always be a Sega guy, whether you like it or not.
You will always be wrong.
Hey, you see that? You see it in the background? You see that little lamp in the background, G-Rock?
The one that let me know you're not a real.
Yeah, you see that triangle, circle, X, and square? Yeah, I'm a gamer.
I thought that meant that you was fraud.
No, I'm not fraud, man. I just go where the games are at, man. And, like I say, man, people are entitled to their own opinion, when it comes to whatever. But just respect everybody's opinion, man. But I guess, it's been over 2 hours. I gotta wrap this bad boy up. So, any final thoughts, anybody, before we wrap this bad boy up? Anybody in the panel?
Don't be hoes. Stick with your platform. Stop letting people tell you that's wrong about your games and where you want them. You a hoe. If you do that, you a hoe. And G-Rock gonna find you and call you a hoe.
Okay, that's G-Rock's final thoughts. Everybody's a hoe, so...
Yeah, pretty much what he just said, just game, be a gamer, and don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy.
You know who I'm talking about. Don't be that guy.
Okay. John, you got any final thoughts?
Nope.
Okay. Zen, you already said something. People, before we close out, there is no drama going on between me, Alex, and Nick. Just chill. Like it got heated earlier, but like I said, we all grown and we swept it under the table, man. Just chill out. If you're wondering if Alex and Nick gonna be back on this channel, just chill. Ain't nobody going nowhere. But I am looking for more podcast members. I am. I am, and any, like I say, you're more than welcome to return back to this channel. Zen, G-Rock, and Mr. John Shaw. This is your first time. You're more than welcome to come back, buddy, man. I would like to expand, man. I need to get this channel out there more. We need more people, man. I need to expand, man. That's all I gotta say about that. Shit. That's I don't think none of y'all got channel. I'm about to ask that all y'all streaming anything or something.
Nope.
That's right.
Bye.
Oh, I guess
I go to work. I got shit to do.
Man, I go to work too. Matter of fact, I got to get up at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Wow,
shit, yeah.
I guess meeting with your drug cartel is a real hassle.
Okay, whatever. Don't be hating on me, man. Don't be hating shit. Just because I'm black. And
nigga, we all black.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
Coming from the guy, it's funny coming from the guy that said you don't want to put nobody business out there, man. You gonna out to do that? Come on, man. Come on,
G. You rich too.
I'm not rich, man. Hey, look, that shit finally died down in the chat. You go remind them of this shit? Come on, man.
Y'all
that's
know that
right.
Nigga own a portion of Trinidad, right?
Damn. Oh, that's right. I forgot Zen Game. He used people for flip flops.
Come on. See, there we go. There we go.
Zen got the cash, bro.
Oh my God, man. That's funny, man. Well, all right, man. I guess it's gonna get up out of here, man. It's been over 2 hours before we hit the fuckboy hours, man. So let's go and get our outros out the way, man. Let's start with you, G-Rock.
All right, man. Thanks for having me on here. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say it one more time for all y'all in the chat. Don't be hoes. I'm gonna find you, smack you, and call you a hoe.
And once again, G-Rock calls everybody hoes. So okay, let's go with Mr. Zen Gamer.
All right, people. You know who it is. Zen Gamer here. Just play your games. Just enjoy your games. Whatever it is you do. Build up. Don't tear down. Constructive criticism. Hashtag. All that stuff.
All right. Last but not least, appreciate you joining my channel. Like I said, you're more than welcome to come back, Mr. John. The outro.
Thanks for having me, and I appreciate you being on here, and it was fun. And I'll come back.
All right.
Was it next? Usually it's every Thursday or Fridays?
Usually Thursdays. These past few Thursdays, I just hadn't been feel like doing it. It's just this work schedule, man. It's crazy, dude. So yes, the regular schedule is Thursdays.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. Like I say, yeah. Like I said, I appreciate you coming, joining us, and I guess people, as far as what I'm gonna do this weekend. I always say I'm gonna do something on the weekend. I never do it, so fuck it. I just see y'all next week. Peace out.
Sega sex.
God dang it.